The holiday season's a time for joy, giving, and celebration, but it's also a time when many of us might feel the pressure to spend more than we should. From big sales to gift lists that seem never ending, it's easy to lose track of our budgets. Joining us today to talk about ways we can keep our finances in check during the holidays is Griffin, Senior Director of Consumer Education and Advocacy at Experian. So Rod, what makes the holiday season so tempting for overspending?
I think you touched on a few of them. Those sales are really tempting. And we want to spend more because we want our loved ones, our friends and family to have a joyous holiday season. And there's nothing that makes us feel better than having someone receive a gift from us and see the smile on their face and the happiness that they have. And so we're really tempted for that reason during the holidays to spend more than we probably should, or particularly spend on things we didn't plan to buy. And I think that's where we get into the trouble fastest.
What are shoppers most likely to bust their budgets on?
Yeah, it's shoppers are most likely to bust their budget on things that they didn't plan to buy. So it's the things that aren't on their list. You know, I always tell people have a budget. We talk about that all the time. Not all of us like that word, but you need to have a budget so you know where your money's coming from and where it's going to. You're in control of your money. It's not in control of you. And then have a list, especially during the holidays. Be like Santa, have a list, check it when you're shopping, carry it with you, or have it in front of you when you're online and shopping as well, because that's going to help you resist the temptation of the sales that are presented to you. 90% of the people we recently surveyed said those sales are what really tempt them to buy things that they didn't plan to. You know, so that's really key. Otherwise, they tell us they're overspending on things like eating too much. No surprise there for me anyway. But that's an issue. Travel costs and those sorts of things. So it's really about spending where you plan to spend and avoiding the temptation to buy when you hadn't planned to.
Can you tell us more about the annual holiday shopping survey?
Yeah, so we talked to a lot of people about what it is that's happening, where they are, and what they're feeling this holiday season. 89% told us that they're tempted to spend more than they should. As I mentioned, 9 out of 10 said the sales kind of draw them in. Well over half told us that they plan to use credit to make their purchases this holiday season. And using credit can be a very valuable tool if you use it well, but it can also get you into trouble. If you're using credit to get discounts on purchases or airline miles or points toward other purchases, that could give you a financial advantage. It's the debt that gets you in trouble. So again, you need to know, one, where you're spending the money. You need to stick to a plan so that you don't become over indebted. The other thing to be aware of is that today you can shop for better credit card offers. So if you're looking for a credit card to shop with this season and you want better interest rates or better terms or discounts, Experian has a marketplace at Experian.com that can help you find those offers. And we also have a feature called No Ding Decline. If you see that label on an offer, it means that when you apply, if you're not approved, it's not going to hurt your credit report or your credit scores. That's going to help protect your credit history so that you can take advantage of credit if it makes sense for you to do that.
Well, that's definitely good to know. Where can we go to learn more?
Yeah, really simple. Go to Experian.com. You'll find our marketplace there. You'll also find lots of education materials and resources. Great gift to give yourself might be learning. I was trying to tell my kids that anyway, and I try to learn all the time too. But we have lots of free resources about credit reports and scores, about how credit works, about budgeting and other kinds of financial decision making that might help you have a better holiday season, and also could play into a happier new year as well.